Well, it is exactly 2 months, because I left here on the 18th of May, and today is 17th of July. So 2 months that I've been outside. You remember that we left here the same day with the Vatican group that was sent here to check for the Pope's coming. They left their own, and we left our own, but on the same day. Well, I mean, maybe about the question of the Pope, there is really nothing to say. Even in the Vatican itself, nobody knows very much about why the Pope is not coming. The only news that was given when I arrived to Rome, the following day, I just got this information that the Pope is not coming now. That is all that. The Pope is not coming to South Sudan now. That is all. You ask who, nobody knows how to tell the right thing as to whatever it is. But of course, somebody somewhere has told us that the Pope was directed from on high, the top leadership, I think, of the I don't say of the country, but I think of the countries who advised, I think, the Pope not to go. He was probably to resist, but I was told that he was told, you are not going. And so I think that seems to be a very high level of politics that has guided the Pope. And it is very unfortunate that I could not meet the Pope, because it is now a period of holidays in Europe. Already July and August especially will be the top. But already people have started earlier, like the church. The Pope is on holidays. He is not far from where he used to be, but he is not seeing people. The usual visits of Wednesdays are not there, and the private visits are not there. He is just resting. So I was not able to do that. I went for this mission. The whole problem was the high blood pressure, which I went to Nairobi for, and I came back, no result was there. They could not bring down the pressure. Then I should have been actually back to Nairobi, but then it was very cold there, so I decided to go to Europe. Now I'm coming back, it is very hot there. Really, people are suffering. When you see ladies, they are walking naked, practically, with this thing. It is terrible now. It's too hot. Again, that will be up to September, October. Now, I went for this high blood pressure in Rome. I tried, it was not working. And then I was advised actually by Cardinal Turkson to Germany, because there is a hospital there that treats practically again free of charge. I went to the doctor in Germany for 1 week. As I arrived to Germany, Tawale Hospital, check-up. The following day, the result was given. I was told, Bishop, I'm sorry. What I can only advise you is that there is a drug here, you take it, but otherwise, I cannot do more than that. So after 1 week in Germany, just we were back to Rome again. Now, I consulted again that old doctor of mine who used to be there, not only mine, but all those who were in Propaganda Fide. But this man this time was just giving me the way to heaven. There is nothing to do now, Bishop. You just be calm and leave the Lord to do the rest.
So
but then,
according to the doctor's prescriptions, how serious is the health problem?
Now, the point was, I did not stop there. I went to Brescia, where actually I was operated both knees. I was there for practically 1 year, 6 months. And there was a lady, doctor, cardiologist, elderly lady, really very, very fit. After examination of all the rest, I was given, all the rest of the drugs were thrown away, and I was given 4 drugs. It is only one, which is of high blood pressure, morning and evening. The other 3 were for the blood not to clot. The others were for what, and then for what. I mean, for the side effects which were caused by this high blood pressure, because my breathing was not easy. What is the point? The urine was very difficult. The legs were swelling. Now they are not. So this drug, when I started to take, I felt releasing. So really, I think it is releasing medicines that I'm taking now. So I feel that I am on the right treatment, because I think with the high blood pressure, with this kind of thing here, is only to find the right treatment, and I think, of course, then you go ahead and this and that. So I really, the only thing I can say for my health is that I feel to have received the right treatment of the high blood pressure that was there. When I was measured, it fell down completely, because it all went to 200 already. And this and that, and there people were shaking. It was very bad. So I am telling that on the issue of health, I'm healthy. All the rest of the other parts of them, like the throat, it was the last thing I checked. They checked it. The first time they put something to my nose up to near the heart to find out what the throat is, and this and that. He said, no, there is nothing bad about it, and this and that, but it will slowly get off. The health from the blood point of view is all right. I think I'm on the right treatment now. For the rest, well, I visited the cardinals, and it was now for this issue of what is going on with our peace and with our churches and this and that and so on. Well, things are not very clear, especially about our churches. People are confused. They do not know what to do. So solutions which seem to be coming out now as it is not easy. There is a man there who seems to be, I was hearing now from one of the officers of the Vatican. He wants to do things alone, by himself. The whole church in Africa, on your church alone, how can you do it? The man telling us that 2 years ago, there were 111 dioceses without bishops. And he wants alone to be the only man to solve this problem. When is he going to finish? So this is a problem that we have. It looks that our situation is not very easy about that and this and that. So, but all in all, together with the political situation, I have seen that the Holy Father and all his people are really well engaged. They are busy about the Universal Church, of course, and they have not forgotten about South Sudan. The last man I saw was Cardinal Turkson. He should have gone to Australia yesterday when he was in America, and then they have not forgotten South Sudan. And I am saying this, that they are working, the Catholic Church, the Vatican, of course, in its own way, as church, not as politicians and whatever it is, as church. It is connected and involved together with the international body, with the political bodies of the world, to look into the situation of South Sudan. This is what is very clear. I have witnessed this by myself, and I can confirm that our Catholic Church in the Vatican and the Universal International body, let me put it that way, are working together about South Sudan. how to help South Sudan. It is not forgotten. They know the situation of South Sudan. But then again, like what I was talking of the church, they also do not know yet how to get it out. And that is where I think the difficulty is. So this is what I really say to our people, to our public. I'm okay as far as I've taken the right drug, and it is now only to be serious about it, taking it on time, and this and that. And also there is a contact with a doctor there in Rome now and then, I think, to tell that yes, things have gone this way and this and that, and then he will guide from there. About our church, I think the situation is not yet very clear. They are still fishy, but they are moving on the way. As for our politics in our country, for the situation of the country, I can say ultimately God has not forgotten us, because the church, our Vatican, and the Universal Church surely, and the politics of the world at large have not forgotten South Sudan. So I think we are still very hopeful. We have to have this courage of saying that the whole world is burning actually. When you are in this room, they are seeing the TV, they are almost, you get discouraged. Yeah, you may not put it in the media, but so many of these Africans in boats going to Europe, and already thousands have died in the water. Arriving there, some bodies are recovered, some Africans. Thank God, seemingly they are not Africans. We don't have from South Sudan, but they are from Sudan. And of course, maybe even our people might be going through also that. But those Africans around, no, you cry really. Well, what are these people looking? It is better for me to die at home, just to be going aimlessly. Father Kenyi, our priest, who is in Ferrara finishing his year, he is now made by the diocese girl who help the refugees in the diocese. We visit them 2-3 times a week. You cannot tell what is happening with Africans. Everywhere is burning in Africa. And they're going to be dying there, begging every day for food. It's more painful, really, when I say things that way. You weep, really. Well, what are these Africans looking for? What is wrong in Africa? What is lacking in Africa? It's too much. So, notwithstanding that, the Vatican, to be very honest, we can say the church at large, is still concerned about South Sudan. It is still concerned about South Sudan. It's trying to find out the way forward. And so really what we have to cultivate certainly is this hope. By all means, the hope of Jesus is not in vain. It is going to come. They themselves are talking that we were like that in the bush. We were just exactly like what situation is going on there. I mean, the other countries, the leaders. So things will come back. Things will come in and this and that. So I think the only solution, as I can say, for us, people of faith, I think faith is to be quite hard. Because there is no other solution that you can find in these situations of the world and ours, which is a quick solution. We have only to have this faith and doing the best, because then that faith of ours also is not a dead faith. Faith without the actions is dead, you know. And therefore it is better now for us to be saying, how can this faith be active? This is what probably I will be asking even our church, our
Your Grace, also I would like to ask two things. One is you are arriving in the Archdiocese this morning, late Reverend Sister.
Lorette.
I'd also like to know, what do you have to say to the faithful about that? And the other thing also, yes, you are coming recently to the National Dialogue Steering Committee, headed by Honorable Angelo Beda. They went to South Africa to meet Dr. Yak Macharu, and Dr. Yak declined to meet this body, saying that national dialogue is not a priority in this country. What is the priority is the implementation of this agreement. Now, as a religious leader also, what do you have to add on this, the refusal of Ria to participate in this national dialogue? And how do you look at the genuineness of this national dialogue in this country, since everything in this country is at a stake? The suffering continues, the economic crisis continues, people continue to flee the country. What do you have to say about this?
Yeah, we have been here in the church, at home. When dialogue thing was brought out, we said, yes, it is good. And everywhere, everybody was for that. Dialogue is good, but of course should be the right dialogue. And I think for us as church and at home here, we are saying there is something lacking in this dialogue. And I think it needs to be put in order so that it can become really a proper dialogue. However, I think what I feel is that whatever meetings I think are being organized in a proper way about this peace. Talk to this man, talk to Riak, talk to who. At this moment, seemingly, it is a way forward. Because if we don't talk, we don't meet, even one by one, two by two, whatever it is, if we don't meet, we do not know what to do. Because alone, in this situation here, you can do nothing. You cannot do anything alone in this our situation. You need, our dialogue would be that everybody is to be brought in. What I think the dialogue, the church and everybody, everywhere is talking about is those people who are in the bush with the guns, with the thorns, with the stakes, with whatever it is, those people have to be brought in. And people have to talk with them. Why are you in the bush? And those people who are at home also with wounded hearts and this and that, what is wrong? We have to face this point. But it seems that this point will not be faced very quickly in a straight way. So I think going around is good. We are going to end up by all means at the end of it when we have met this, we met that, we met the other one, we met each one of them is going to come out with a point. But Riak has given his own response. All right, it is good. He thinks that it is not all right. This dialogue, there is nothing good there. Unless we take it, dialogue is not all right. And then we go to get another one, whoever is to be met. So I would be for the point that if there is this meeting of people to talk about our peace, let us talk about it. Let us go and talk about this kind of thing. And something good is going to come out that we shall use for the way forward. And I think that is... there is no other way that we can wait for miracles. Miracles are not going to come. They will come through us in this kind of ways as they are. So I would imagine that the leadership is to be told very clear that this dialogue is not enough. We need a better dialogue. And then, we go to look for... and everybody in the world, by the way, is of that same opinion. The idea that dialogue is to be done by everybody who is injured is clear. So I think if the church is still moving on that way, I think for the church it will be in place. We meet whoever is to be met. We listen, we hear, we talk, we discuss and this and that, and then we try, for sure. People will try to see a better way forward. And then you meet another group perhaps until we put away. In the meantime, people are building relationship. People are building understanding, building togetherness. And I think it is in this way that we shall be able to be together in finding out a way forward and solving problem and understanding our own selves. Yeah.
One thing is, I would like also to get your opinion on this, is that when we get the news of, from the Holy See that the Pope will not be coming to South Sudan this year. So many questions arise somewhere saying that because the reasons were mentioned that maybe because of our infrastructure in South Sudan and perhaps also like our security situation, it could not be possible for Pope to come to South Sudan. Then people are asking now, is Pope a rebel that is complaining about the security, or what is that exactly? That for a religious person to say that he will not be coming because of the security. So how do you, tell such people?
No, I think there is no other way out. We cannot, we cannot really struggle just to go to find out why the Pope is not coming in, because, as I said, all those around the Pope do not know actually even why the Pope has not come to South Sudan. And so maybe if I had met the Pope personally, I don't know what he would tell. I'm not sure. But what came from the voice of the Vatican at that moment, very short, the Pope is not coming to South Sudan this year. Full stop. And that was that. So I think it is probably there is no reason for us now to what would have been if I met the Pope was, okay, we are sorry that you are not coming to South Sudan at this moment, and but we hope that you are not saying that you are not anymore coming to South Sudan, that you will come still, I think, to South Sudan, and that you continue to remember South Sudan, to pray for South Sudan. We have heard that the Pope has donated, I don't know what, he has given donation. I even do not know, but I think he has, because he is not coming now, he has done that. So let us not be disturbed about why the Pope is not. If he has come, he would surely, we would be happy about it. To say that the Pope is with us, but would the Pope be solving the matter? Central Africa is again back into trouble. The Pope is not going to be making a miracle. He will not. These are our hearts of stones here, will not be converted by the Pope. It is clear. We have hearts of stones, which we, the word of God defeated.
Finally, the Archdiocese of Juba is mourning late Sister Lord. So what message do you have to the faithful?
Yeah, well, with the sister.
Yes.
Yeah, the sister, we were following. Of course, I knew the sister was sick, and also with that difficult problem of health. But then about her death, we followed it up, and we also followed the prayer. Yeah, I was telling to Mother General that, well, this year seems to be a heavy year for the Sacred Heart Sisters, because a number of the sisters have died this year, and this year and last year. And well, is it a punishment to the sisters? Certainly not. The way we know, a number of us, among our own selves, we are suffering from so many different sicknesses and these difficult ones. And those actually we know that they are carrying somebody to die quickly, in a way. So, certainly we are sorry. She is our sister, and she has been with us doing her service, her vocation. And but then, when we saw certain ones of us who is really so badly off, and the suffering seems to be too much, and this and that. When we say this sister here, it was too heavy. So I think the only thing is that, well, the Lord has given and the Lord has taken, and so we just praise the name of the Lord. And what do? We, as a church, we are going there, and I think there is no need to be broken down about that. She has gone, and maybe better for her. Of course, suffering is a part of our life, by the way. We should, even this national suffering that we have, it's a part of life. Maybe if this one is not there, it would be worse than that. So what would happen? So I think it is unfortunate that there are too many of them together at a very short distance. But then it was the same. Like we have the Combonis now, those people we knew. 6, 7 of them died when I was in Italy. Now they are, these Combonis were missionaries who were in our missions with us. For death, I think there is no discussion about it, but it is a question of us recognizing that God is there, He is with us, and we keep it strong. It is a way God has chosen for us, and it was better, I think, for Sister Angelina maybe to go. It was like Sister who died in Khartoum. Poor woman suffering so much, bitter suffering which we do not perhaps realize. But well, it is better to go to the Lord than really now to continue like that. So it is a prayer. Life is in the hands of God, it's not in our own hands, and so we have to take courage. I was telling to the Superior General, we have to take courage and just go ahead. Death is not the end of life. It is the beginning of the next, and for us to revive the one we have at the moment together. So I think it is my wish to everybody in Juba, and especially our faithful, and our leaders, church leaders, yes, our priests, religious, and the faithful of the Archdiocese of Juba, to be courageous. I think God is giving us life, and we have to live life. Let us live life with the power of faith. And I think it is here that we really need to go ahead together. Yeah, I think this should be enough. We can develop a book about it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Radio Paquita.